What's up, gamers? Welcome back to my channel, where I'm gonna be honest, it's been a month since I last recorded, so yeah, it's been a little bit, but we're gonna be jumping right back into my playthrough of Control. So yeah, we're picking up in the Prime Candidate program sort of area of containment. Um, and yeah, yeah, like I said, I've been away for a month, um, so that's why uploads on my channel have been a bit kind of sparse. But because I was over in, I traveled to Texas on holiday for 2 weeks, which was very nice. It's very fun. Um, Now I'm back and I'm ready to continue Control and to finally beat it so that I can move on to Alan Wake 2, which I'm extremely excited about. So yeah, that's my plan right now, is to just kind of get through this game and experience all the highlights and then move on to Alan Wake 2, because that game is very exciting and I don't know anything about it yet. I have avoided all spoilers. So yeah, I'm very excited to kind of jump into that game for the first time. But yeah, for now, let's just focus on Control. We should be nearing the end of the story. So yeah, we have like this Prime Candidate program stuff, and then maybe like 2 or 3 main story missions, and then it should be the end of the story. But we also obviously have some side missions that are like mini bosses and things to fight. Um, so I'll get onto those as well as I progress. And then we have 2 DLCs, and then I'll move on to Alan Wake 2. So yeah, hope you guys have been having a great time without me. Jesus, I'm sure you missed me a lot while I was gone. Um, but now I'm back, and I'm ready to play more video games, because that's, I guess, what I do now. But yeah, and then obviously after I finish Alan Wake 2, I'm going to move on to a playthrough of Spider-Man 2, because that's also one of my. I'm actually playing through that right now. I love that game so much. It's so much fun. But I'm also going to do a playthrough of it on my channel once I finish Alan Wake 2, so I can kind of have that on my channel as well. And also, it'll be nice to kind of like refresh myself on the story and everything, because it's a massive game, and I'm not even close to finishing Spider-Man 2 yet. Like, I still have so many more things to do. Um, so yeah, just kind of exploring this little section around, just kind of going around exploring, and then we'll head on through to P6. Also, wow, it's dark in here. Also, it's very topsy-turvy. Oh boy, this section completely messes with my head. Oh god, I mean, you guys aren't watching this with a full stomach, because this is it's very topsy-turvy. It's very twisty. Yeah. Okay, so my plan for this episode is to just kind of like finish up the Prime Candidate program mission, and then hopefully maybe do some side content, and then we'll call that an episode. But we'll see how it goes, because obviously there's a lot to see and do in Control. And I'm kind of like meandering around right now. I don't think there's anything that I missed. Maybe there is, but oh well, we'll just move on. P7 and P6. And also a shortcut over here, which is nice. Yep, just loops back around, which is good. But yeah, let's head on through to P6. Actually, wait, close cases first. Close cases, P6, and then P7 down there. It's going to be a pretty big area for exploring around and finding some secrets. Bright Falls something. So this area is going to be full of Alan Wake tie-ins and kind of follow-ups, which I think is really cool. So Bright Falls, when was this? 2010, yeah. So an unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, but only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010, by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker, so that's Sarah Breaker's father, obviously, that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls, Washington. Refer to events 1970, 1976, 1978. So that's like Thomas Zane and the Old Gods of Asgard also interacting with the Dark Presence. By the way, if you haven't watch either my playthrough of Alan Wake or play through the game yourself. None of this is gonna make any sense. But yeah, all of this stuff is references to Alan Wake, of course. Um, but yeah, like I said, I do have a playthrough on my channel. So if you want to experience the story of Alan Wake and kind of all the stuff that this is referencing, then you can do that. I have a full series on that game, as well as the 2 DLCs. But yeah, we'll continue. So Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter Sarah, who is the current sheriff of Bright Falls. So yeah, obviously that was when I think it was chapter 5, when we were at the police station and Barry's just making all those phone calls. So yeah, he called Frank. So then this is specifically referencing that, which I think is really cool. The Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to the 1970 AWE, or I don't know, whatever, Thomas saying. 1976, there we go. Like I just said. 1978, Odin Anderson, Thor Anderson, so yeah, the Old Gods of Asgard also interacted with the Dark Presence. So yeah, so plenty of AWEs that take place in Bright Falls. Alan Wake was believed to redacted instigator. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, a possible object of power that redacted missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. So yeah, he entered a threshold, and he's basically been trapped there ever since. And we'll get more into that, obviously, in Alan Wake 2. But yeah, so that's a cool little tie-in. What else do we have in this office? Oh, this game is so much fun. And also, all these references hit hard, and now that I've actually played through Alan Wake, and, like, I fully understand the kind of story and like all the tie-ins and back and forth references between the games. It's really cool. Oh, threshold gives yes. Okay, that should be everything in this. Let's just wrap things up with a threshold kids video. Oh boy! Oh my God! Here we go. I love that it's like the pop-up book. It's so strange.
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
Uncle Mr. Bones? Oh my lord.
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains. Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
What the hell is that hat?
ESP?
Okay.
Some brains can lift objects like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? No interruptions!
Silly Meg.
So
SMH
who
my head.
cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
Oh, weird sound. Oh man. That's a big chair.
What if I don't
It's like
want
5 times
the
as big
big
as that.
chair?
What if I don't want the big chair? Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! That's why we're all here.
Oh my
Use those
goodness.
brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the
Okay.
one with straps.
Knock knock doc. Yemba. I love his no interruptions voice. It's so dramatic. Yeah, I think we learned a lot from that. Okay. Let's just run away from that as fast as possible. Oh my god, I can still hear it. Run! with
I
P6.
wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us,
Yeah,
but
poor kids.
wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
Dr. Darling, my beloved. It's been so long. God, I missed him.
Ordinary. So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here.
Oh shit.
And I don't want to invoke his name, but it's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable.
Okay.
There was an incident. Yes.
I love how dark this has all gotten now. Completely shifted in tone.
We lost a valuable member of our team, yes.
Oh boy. Dylan, what did you do?
This is a force.
Yeah.
Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame.
Oh god.
He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys.
Okay, darling.
He's exceptional and under a lot of stress.
Nothing that excuses murder, though.
Roberts got killed.
Oh, Roberts.
It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Oh boy, darling's gone off the deep end. Unfortunate.
Ordinary. There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before.
What's
I mean,
this all
coming from
about?
me, that's...
Dylan Faden transcript. Transcript of conversation, but reviewed by Dr. Darling. Note, subject was alone during this outburst. You again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore. And I don't care about you. You won't let me hit a run. Fuck off, you bitch. I would dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase fuck off numerous times before being sedated. 553. Yeah. Poor Dylan, man. I feel so bad for him.
Dylan Faden.
Doesn't deserve any of
Prime
this.
candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but...
The P6 victim autopsy. It's supposed to be Roberts. Agent killed during redacted involving redacted within P6. Dylan Faden. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to the head and neck, extensive trauma of the abdominal region, lacerations and contusions, fracture of the spinal cord, avulsion fracture of the ribs, blunt force injuries of the extremities, abrasions and lacerations of the contusions of the extremities, dislocation of left-right elbow, dislocation of left and right knee. God, he fucked Roberts up massively. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when the redactor was contorted through his redacted. Yeah, I'm kind of glad these terms are redacted because I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know what exactly happened to Roberts because
potential.
it sounds extremely graphic.
And I don't
very
want to invoke
upset.
his name.
Okay, let's hit into P7. I wonder who P7 is. Spoiler alert, it's someone we're very familiar
Is
with by this
this
point.
what Dylan wanted me to see?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
I wonder who P7 is. Yeah, obviously it's Jessie, which I think is very intriguing, considering now she actually is the I guess director of the casino. Oh fuck yeah, candidate P7 outfit. I'm not gonna wear that too much, but I'm gonna show it off anyway. But I'm not gonna wear it for like the rest of the game.
All the times I felt paranoid. I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
They've been watching her for a while. Basically her entire life, I guess. ever since the incident in Ordinary, which is kind of fucked. Very scary. Jesse evaded movement tracking. Okay. Eastward movement caused concern. But basically just like a bunch of departing and arriving. And obviously then arrives in New York City, basically before the events of this game. So I guess this takes place on like the 29th and the 30th of October, which is pretty cool. It's kind of nice that they give us like an actual proper date. But other than that, it's interesting. I guess she must have done like a ton of traveling before arriving here. Maybe intentionally trying to kind of throw them off, or maybe not, I don't know. But or maybe she was just kind of like following the voice in her head, and maybe it was telling her to go to all those cities first. But I don't know, it's hard to say.
We used to play there. We used to play there all the time.
Jesse,
Me and
therapy,
Dylan.
slide projector.
And other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No. That's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing. The slide projector...
Let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures?
Really trying to change
Inside
the
a
subject.
painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Straight up being gaslit by the FPC. Poor Jesse. She's trying to find help, but they just try to kind of like minimize everything. And basically just like gaslight her into thinking that none of it ever happened. Which is sad. Okay. Should lead out. Should probably clean up my mods actually. Okay. Got a repeat here. That's alright. One of my only criticisms of this game is that I feel like this kind of like weapon mod system is very kind of tedious and annoying to deal with. It's like I don't care about all this stuff. Like just like erase that. I don't know. It just gets very tedious and kind of I don't know, difficult to deal with after a while. And it's like it's just not even worth kind of the hassle. It's like okay, I get it. It's like this one's gone. This one's gone. So it's that one. That was actually pretty good. There we go. Yeah, it's like you just get so many of these after a while. It's just like I get it. I just want to like delete them all and just move on. So I hope for Control 2 they kind of like make a better version of that system. It just kind of feels more kind of I don't know. Just feels less tedious, I guess. I don't know. There we go. Open that up. Now let's continue on into this area.
They
Transit
studied
card.
what happened in Ordinary here.
Okay.
That's the place to start looking.
So we have the transit corridor, turntable, and ordinary AWE. I definitely remember this area, but It's been such a long time. We also have enemies as well. Let's do this. Show your face. Where are you? Nice, double kill. Fuck yeah. Super clean. Thank you for your service. Just completely a bad person, but it's fine. Oh Jesus, okay, that was kind of scary. Work chat dead dog. Yeah, I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It had been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. I mean, they're both pretty bad, my guy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I wouldn't want either of them. Oh well. Lesser of two evils, I guess. Entropic Echo. And side room here. Below AWE shipping manifest. David Lindquist, operations assistant. Okay. Hollow sphere, stone-like material, vitrified soil, redacted pieces of various sizes and colors. Animal carcass, possibly canine, rusted metal bucket, leather wallet, aged shotgun cartridge. All materials good to go to the investigation sector for further analysis. Interesting. Willow AWE. No idea what that is. I mean, it's an enemy out here. Very missed, I guess. Let's go in there. Yeah, that is not looking great out there. Oh well, we'll deal with that eventually. Something here. Nice. The sound design in this game is so good. It's very spooky. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be an enemy in this elevator. I think this is one of those like cheeky little gaming moments where they, they take you out. Like you think, the elevator's gonna be fine, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be an enemy in this one. So we'll see what happens. I'll be nice and ready. Yep. Oh, you could get me? I remember that shit. Cheeky ass game developers. I'm surprised I didn't remember that, to be honest.
Both prime candidates.
Yep.
Experiments. Very different ones, sure, but both in a cell of some sort. Am I out of the cell now, or is all this, the house and being the director, just another cell? Who's really in charge here?
Okay, let's get into this. Holy shit. There's so many explosions going off. Oh my lord. That was fucking awesome though. It's like the agent just like gliding into that, or like floating up into that combat scenario. That was so cool. That was really fun. And I didn't even die. Excellent work. I'll never get tired of like the geometry and like the architecture of this building. It's so unique. Never seen anything like it before.
We're going back home.
Mm-hmm.
Of course we are.
Kind of.
It started there, and it's never gone away.
Okay, let's head over here. See if we can find a little secret, maybe. Nothing. I love levitate and evading at the same time. It's so cool. So let's just head through here first. Okay. What? Don't know why I took damage, but oh well. want to see. Okay. Take the long way around. This room has seen better days. It is very fucked up. But we got some nice collectibles out of it. Dodge efficiency. That sounds good. God damn it, another one. There's so many of these. Ugh, I'm so tired. Glass rings. Okay, this should be good. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, I hope in Control 2 that they kind of like figure out a different system for weapon mods and things that's like way more kind of intuitive and that's kind of tedious because it just takes so much inventory management after a while. So like fingers crossed that like they do kind of overhaul that whole system, which I'm sure they will. Like I'm sure they'll kind of figure out a better balance for it. Another, it's been a couple years since Control came out. It came out in 2019, I believe. So yeah, like they'll definitely have plenty of time to kind of go over that stuff when it comes to Control 2. Okay, do I have any skill points? I have abilities. But just 3, so oh well. Save that for now. Now we're in the turntable area. The transit corridor, I should say. Yeah, a lot to explore over here.
There's gotta be a way to get these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel.
Come on. Oh, this guy's so annoying. Oh fuck. I forgot there was an astral spike down here. Ugh, just the worst. Okay. Pretty full on, but we got through that. Can't find that. Oh boy, okay. I'm gonna get up here though. Okay, so, we need to figure out how to turn this wheel to open up the various areas. Okay. While there's an astral spike, of course. Nice. Just kind of gonna avoid that lower area for now, because I don't want to deal with that astral spike. But I'm gonna have to go down there at some point.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
okay, never mind. But I do see those. I know my aim is terrible. Okay, please don't say anything. Please don't tease me. My aim is really bad though. Nice. Yeah, let's head over to the bridge operator area. It's bound to be over here. The control panel, I should say, is probably around here. This sort of section. So a lot of mold around. It's unfortunate. But at least I'm immune. Thankfully. Okay. Work chat teeth. Here we go, here's the other side of that conversation. Guess we just had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes. Me, that's who. And you know what was inside each one? A single human tooth. Fucking gross. I mean, it's not that gross, to be honest. Like, they're just teeth. Like, you know, I mean, we all lost our teeth when we were kids, so it's really not that big a deal. Oh well. Okay, that should be done. Bridge alignment required to proceed. I'm going to align the bridge. And thankfully, because I got rid of those mold clusters, hopefully this should work, I think. Because otherwise you'd have to like go down and destroy it. Take a bit longer, but thankfully I already did that step. Very nice. Okay, so I guess it's that way. But there is something over here. Oh wait, no, this was the area I was already in. Never mind, I'm a bit of a silly head. Let's just move on. Because it's like... Pretty sure that's basically it. Yeah. Even though the map is a bit bigger. Like I'm pretty sure we're gonna head north, then take a right and head all the way around to the yellow marker and then back all the way through horizontally through the turntable all the way to the left. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's how the kind of map operates in this section. Yeah, let's continue on. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I feel like the last episode was kind of rough. It was very kind of like aimless, and I was just kind of like putting it together, and it was really short. But this episode I'm making like a ton more story progress. So I hope this episode is way more satisfying to watch. Let's head up here first. I'm gonna have to head down there soon. But because this place is blocked off. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to head down and then go underneath and open it up from the other side, I think. So yeah, if I remember correctly, there should be a hiss distorted down there, which is going to be a pain in my ass. But hopefully I should be able to kill it pretty quickly. Plus I can levitate, so there's that. Oh boy, please don't kill me. Yep. Where is it? Where is it? It's over there. God, I hate these things. Fuck you, piece of shit. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Even though I still hate those things so much. Because they do so much damage and they're very hard to dodge, but oh well. I got through it. I'm not dead. So that's a positive. Oh boy. Stressful enemies, man. But I got through it. Surprised how much I actually remember of this section. Because this is definitely the kind of the foggiest I felt about this game in a while. But I still remember some things. I think there should be a secret here. Very nice. I love that I'm able to tell now exactly when that's a pink ball. Fuck yeah. Okay. Let's proceed north. There's something here. Oh, there is, of course. There always is. I really miss Artie. It's such a long time since I've seen him. But we'll see him soon enough in the next kind of story mission. Okay. So it should lead out to the other side of that closed door. There's a plane. Very nice. Also need to launch some cubes. Oh, I love the sound design and the kind of clunkiness of that cube entering the slot. It's so cool. It's a really satisfying sound effect. Large plane. Pretty sure this is an altered item, if I remember correctly. We have a door here, we have a slot there. Some cubes around, I'm pretty sure. And an elevator. Let's have this one. Let's do this one first. And then I'll head over to the door. See what's through here. Fantastic, there's a key there. Which is very handy. Okay. Definitely don't need a fire extinguisher. Okay, there we go. Nice. Very satisfying. Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna head over elevator. There's also that. Should probably get that sorted as well. Where's this key? There we go. Should be that door open. Or maybe not. Just this elevator. We're making progress. I'm getting there. Enemies. Very nice. Good boy, almost done. Hello there. Wasn't expecting this guy to be so up close and personal. But it was fun. Okay. We're on the other side. We're like a different kind of control room. It kind of mirrors the other one that we were in. Which is cool. Documents here. Airplane evaluation order. The airplane in question has been brought in from a private airfield located in the town of Redacted Cincinnati. It is suspected to be connected to the Redacted AWE and is being evaluated for altered status. The plane is currently being stored in the transit corridor in the containment sector, through the New York subway tunnel, special access redacted. For more information on tunnel redacted and links to other lectures centered on ghost stations, abandoned tracks, and redacted, see file 412-4521. The plane's black box is currently being evaluated for redacted, and initial readings have been taken by a research team, but no altered status has yet been detected. Pretty sure it's an altered item. There's something going on with it. It's a cool looking plane though. Okay. Where are we? A little bit to go before we get to the ordinary AWE. But we're getting there. Okay, here. There's so many rooms to explore in this game. Oh boy. We're doing it one step at a time. The ordinary AWE. Text is very blurry, but it's fine. Anything enemy in here? Didn't even have a chance surviving that. But that was funny. But hey, it's like, look, that's what you get for not being observant, my guy. Like I was standing right here. Should have spotted me. Ordinary AWE stage 1.A. Dump witness testimonies. The first slide was a room with dirty wallpaper and dolls on a shelf. Well, lots of dolls. The house was empty. No one lived there. We played in there a lot. It was a secret playhouse. Dylan Faden and Jesse Faden. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil. Note likely Neil Hosenberg missing. He was mean. He had asthma. Tom, likely Tom Barlow missing, and his gang, Freddy, likely Frederick Barwell, missing Hugo. No one by this name was found in public records. Bullied him. We brought Neil to the dump to play. Extrapolated information. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide. Designation house. Interesting. I love the idea of like an object of power that can kind of tap into different dimensions, different realities. It's really cool. I'm kind of like learn more about that as we go. What the hell is that? Ooh, America Overnight, hell yeah.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29 years, shining a light in the shadows.
Let's just sit back and enjoy the vibes.
Thank you for staying with us. Here's our first caller.
Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen.
If who found out, brother?
The men in the suits. They told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said, but that's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
I'm sorry. It's just, my brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Hor Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now, I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hang in there. America Overnight will be right back.
Cool. I love this.
You're listening to America Overnight.
And you can definitely tell like the connection between that and Nice Springs from Alan Wake, which is really cool. A lot of kind of like thematic overlap between the two of them. What is this? Ordinary Summary. This is gonna be a big one. So this is 2002. Interesting. Ordinary Maine. Because I was wondering where this was actually taking place, but yeah, it's apparently in Maine, which is like the east coast of the U.S. I think. Like northeast. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary, caused by an object of power discovered by local children at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides are used in the projected images open doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. Event response. On August 3rd, 2002, siblings Dylan Faden, 10 years old, and Jesse Faden, 11 years old, CP7 materials, playing at the local dump when they found a discarded slide projector. The team led by Director Trench and Dr. Darling arrived at the site on September 14th. AWE had ended, but the team found the Faden children who led them to the slide projector and the slides, which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when agents attempted to detain the pair. A total of 17 surviving individuals were found in the town. All of them were brought in for questioning and tests. I think it's cool that like Jesse and Dylan met Dr. Darling and Trench when they were kids, but then they kind of like I guess forgot over time. It's really cool. It's just like a fun kind of like connection I guess, between those characters. Altered world events.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world, in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in
That's
action.
so cool. such a
We
cool
can change the
concept.
likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power, with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions, or die trying.
Oh, I love that. And obviously that kind of concept of collective unconscious ties into Alan Wake and like all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's which I've obviously talked to death about at this point. But I
There
don't know,
is
I
a
just think it's cool.
curious correlation with the yet
The way they kind of like thread these
unknowable
concepts
forces
through.
intruding upon our world.
Ordinary AWE, stage 4.8, town proper witness testimonies. Jesse, oh here we go. Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys. Actually, before we get into this, this was testimony by Dylan. So Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. He chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog, like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Oh boy, that is horrific to think about. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. Oh my god, poor Tom. Which poor Neil, I should say. Oh my god, it's horrific. The projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jesse said we should call her Polaris. It's because she was doing stars at school. Extrapolated information. Additional slide designation hand is verified and in Bureau possession. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designation Dog Neil. Oh boy, I don't even want to see what Dog Neil looks like. That sounds really upsetting.
In the form of altered,
it's like a melted boy turned into a dog. Like,
these forces gravitate toward
no thanks, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine, never experiencing whatever the fuck that is. Okay, let's continue on. We should be getting close to the AWE now. Or the ordinary AWE. Oh boy. Oh. Come on. Nice and easy. Some documents. Ordinary AWE Stage 2, Sled Hill Cave. This is Dylan. So after what happened at school to Mrs. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. This is Jesse. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as a headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd been using the temple slide. We called it that, but really it was a broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or a bomb shelter or something. Very dark. The not mother lived there with her babies, children, I don't know. Oh boy, here we go. He was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. I think this might be like one of the most fucked up things about this game. Like, I remember this very clearly. Like, it's so creepy and unsettling and upsetting. The idea of like this kind of like this being, I guess, called the Not Mother, which who even knows what that is? I mean, I'm assuming like it has to be like a reference maybe to maybe like Coraline and like the other mother or like that sort of thing. But like this kind of this mother figure that exists in this other dimension, I guess, that was feeding like these children her milk, which is like ew, no thanks. Like first of all, like we don't even know what that means. Like, is it actually her literal milk, or is it like some kind of like weird poison or like whatever it is? But whatever it was like mutating these boys into like little monsters, and it's like ew. I just like it's so gross and it's so fucking weird and uncomfortable and disturbing. Like it makes me kind of curious to see if we're going to see the Not Mother in the next game. Like if she's going to be like a major kind of like villain that we'll run into, or if it's just kind of like a little side story. But regardless, very fucked up. Yeah, I don't know, just like the idea of like these little boys like mutating and turning into monsters. It's just so like it makes my skin crawl. It's so gross and creepy. I hate it, but it is also very spooky and very interesting and creepy. It's cool, but it's also just like, oh god, I don't want to think about that more than I have to. Anyway, so unconfirmed existence of additional slide, destination temple. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity, destination Not Mother. Yeah, like I really do wonder if they're setting her up as like a major kind of antagonist in maybe Alan Wake 2 or maybe Control 2 or something. I don't know, but whatever she is, I do not want to find out because she sounds like a horrific beast. Um, Also, that's interesting. I don't know what that is, but we'll get to that, I guess. Okay.
Annual evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the Gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is at
Casper
the
the
building
ghost.
today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come, did he?
Oh,
He never
Dylan.
visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
Mm-hmm. What is the next number in the sequence
Oh, boy.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do you do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In Ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in
God.
here. I need...
Well, I felt like that could have gone better, Carla. I feel like he could have kind of handled that a little bit better, but at the same time, rest in peace, Carla Bond. He was a real one, I guess.
Faden, formerly
Let's just turn that off. But yeah, Dylan 100% killed her. Jesus Christ. Horrific. But, yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you, like, coop up a boy for, like, his entire life, I guess. And run experiments on him. Goes a little bit crazy. And he starts killing people. Surprise, surprise. Okay, nothing new there. Yeah, let's continue on. Rest in peace, Carla Vaughn. Also, I guess... Oh, there's Northmore. In front of the Northmore sarcophagus containment. Or container. Actually, is that the panopticon? Hard to tell, but whatever. That is Northmore. Okay, let's head through. We should be close to the ordinary WB now. Should just be through those doors, I think. What's this? This is a sneaky document. The ordinary AW stage 4.B, town proper. Okay. This is Jessie. We went in and met Polaris, like a star. She told us we were special. She made us special. Not like being born or reborn, the world fading in for the first time. Familiar, but somehow different. This is Jessie again. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. Young monkeys and the nut mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying. I turned it off and they were gone. It was over. We took all the slides and burned them. All of them except Hand. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity. Designation Polaris. So yeah, Polaris is the voice in her head. It wasn't up me, sorry. Which is cool. But it's also like, is Polaris like, does she have good intentions, or like, is she kind of manipulating Jessie and Dylan for her own personal gain? It's hard to say, but it's interesting at least. Okay, 1.B dump. This is Jessie. The second slide we called a meadow, but it was really just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and a phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. It must have been because of the smell. I didn't like it. Didn't like losing control. In the dreams, everything was melting and then come out, everything had melted around the projector. That was so weird, so surreal. Neil was really into it. He found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own. Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector. He and his goons took it. We thought Neil had got lost inside the meadow when Tom changed his slide, but that's not what happened. Yeah, Neil became a fucking dog, I guess, which is very disturbing. Like I said, unconfirmed the existence of additional slide designation Meadow. Cool. And now it's time for the ordinary AWE, I'm pretty sure. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to the what?
Let's see what they have on ordinary.
Okay, here we go. There's the house that we saw from earlier.
It's
Oh,
all
so
here.
cool.
Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Nice. Okay, let's head down and see what's up. Cool. But yeah, obviously this isn't like actually like literally ordinary. It's just a model of the town, but still, it is cool. Look how massive it is. Was it the red house? I'm assuming it was Jesse and Dylan's house. Whole town deserted, abandoned. We still don't know what happened to all the people there, but we'll find out soon enough, I think. But this place is so massive. So much space in it. Stage 1, interesting. So this must have been where the slide projector was used or something, I don't know, but it's cool. There's something over here. I love the imagery in this game. It's so striking. I know I keep saying that, but it's because it's true. Ordinary AWE Stage 3. Some of the others had gotten worse. Public school. Scarier. The math teacher, Mrs. Chester, tried to make them listen, and they pushed over a piano onto and broke her legs. Tom bashed her head in. Bye-bye, Mrs. Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. Dylan. God damn. Oh, Mrs. Chester. She was just doing her job and then fucking murdered by some insane children. Also, yeah, obviously being exposed to that as a child must have also been very horrific for Dylan and Jesse. So this is Jesse. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realized something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the Not Mother would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mom and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Did I don't know. So yeah, that's what, like I just said, this is basically what happened to all of the people in the town. We just found out is that they all just disappeared one day. And left the children behind, I guess. And the question is, where did they go? I have no clue. Maybe they went to a different dimension, maybe they all died, like, I don't know, but they're all gone. Disappearance of the majority of Ordinary's population confirmed to result from slime projector related AWE. Oh boy. And yeah, obviously Jesse and Dylan losing their parents and having to fend for themselves, and Dylan, like Tom and his gang, I guess, must have been very traumatic and horrific. Okay. Let's head on through to the other side, I guess. Oh boy, here we go. I knew there was going to be some comeback. I love being able to levitate. That is like strong. Jesus. What level is it?
We found the slide projector in the dump outside town. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
Yep, so this is at the end of this section. We still have the ordinary dump site. It's just an ordinary dump site. So yeah, we have that and then that kind of like area over there to the south. Okay, head on through. Okay, this is definitely when like the story kind of starts to become more and more clear as we go.
You
Which is
mentioned
really cool.
a poem last time. You mentioned a poem last time we
The
talked.
poem, interesting.
By Thomas Zane?
Oh,
Yes.
by Mr. Thomas Zane,
Beyond
huh?
the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name.
Oh,
I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very
Fascinating.
well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No! No. Dylan's not dead.
so it's out there.
That's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial
Industrial
accident,
accident,
and
my
Polaris
ass.
didn't cause it.
Oh.
She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly, but they took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking.
Oh, poor Jesse.
Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
Interesting. So, like, the only thing I have to comment on about that is it is interesting that the whole Thomas Zane thing is kind of shifting away from him being a poet to him being a filmmaker. And like, I don't fully know what that means. Because obviously, you know, the Thomas Zane that we all know from Alan Wake is 100% a poet. And so the idea of him being like a European filmmaker from the 60s, who moved there in the 60s, is extremely weird. And like, I don't fully understand what they mean by that. I don't know if it's like reality shifting or if like people are kind of like, I don't know, if it's like this collective unconscious reimagining of who Thomas Zane was, but regardless, I just find it very interesting. And I feel like maybe they're going to kind of bring that into Alan Wake 2. Like, I feel like maybe Alan Wake 2 is going to kind of shed some light on who Thomas Zane really was and like what he looked like, and like, was he a filmmaker? Was he a poet? Like, which one? Was he both? Like, who knows? So I hope that Alan Wake 2 gives us that gives us the answers to that particular little issue. Because I think it's a little interesting that they're kind of like, you know, rewriting his history essentially and being like, well, actually, he was a filmmaker. But no, he wasn't. I'm pretty sure he was a poet. But also the fact that Jesse had a poem from him as a child is also very interesting. Like, it's all kind of tied together. Like Alan Wake, Thomas Zane, Jesse, like all of this stuff is all kind of interlinked and connected, which I think is really fascinating. And I fucking love this universe. Like, it's so cool. It's so interesting. It's just like the more that you kind of like dig into it, the more fascinating it all gets. Yeah. Ordinary supplement. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden and the obtained therapy sessions of Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the Ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by all three sources contain conflicting data. Example, Dylan Faden claims there were 8 slides for the projector. Jesse Faden mentioned 9 slides. The Bureau found 1 intact slide and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Jesse Faden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Notes. Dr. Darling has ordered that the entirety of the ordinary town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination and analysis, with the hopes of finding additional slides or other altered materials. Due to the limited space in the investigation sector, this AWE will be investigated in the containment sector. Cool. Yeah, they moved the entire dump, the FBC, which is just bonkers, but of course they would. Of course they would do that, just for analysis. Okay, where are we now? This should be the dump through here, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly. Yep, sure is.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing.
Nope.
Pretty unbelievable.
Must have been through the train system, I'm guessing. They have that. That's how they kind of like bring things in and out of the Bureau, I guess, is by train, which is cool. Dump cessation of work order. By order of Dr. Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Resources will be allocated to the redacted department. Details will be forthcoming. This area will be sealed at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides and type used in slide projectors found in the area should be delivered to Dr. Darling immediately. Just kind of like gave up. God, that's so cool though. God, just like the level of atmosphere in this game and the imagery is just, it's delicious. It's so unparalleled. Like, yes, I use the word delicious to describe a dub, but oh well. It's a cool looking dub. What can I say? Globe supplement. It's been a while since we've seen the Globe. The item was found in the penthouse suite at Redacted Toronto belonging to David Wolf, who is being investigated for legally dealing in altered materials. Bureau agents raided his penthouse and found numerous paranatural belongings, including Redacted, and this item. Mr. Wolf was arrested. Supplementary materials, an article from the Toronto Daily. So why would a 36-year-old Bay Street investment trader, filthy rich, married to a model, disappear overnight? That's the question that's kept Toronto high society up at night this past week. Police say it's being looked into. Some nutjob radio show in the States claims he dissipated to join the Illuminati, but this reporter's opinion that Mr. Wolf, bored of his job, sick of his family, left it all behind to retire in some remote beach paradise. Now he's sipping Mai Tais while the world thinks he's dead. I mean, that's an interesting theory. I'm trying to be nice. I'm not saying that was a terrible theory. Which, let's face it, it kind of was, but oh well. It's an interesting theory, I guess. A game theory. Okay. Aim is so bad. Get fucked. Oops. What the hell? Oh boy. All of them? There we go.
We
Oh
should
boy.
check that lab.
A lot of enemies. Well, we got that. Okay. Bridge. Interesting. Various objects that were taken out, I guess. Darling slabs over there that I need to check out. There's something here apparently. Album cover. Old Gods of Asgard, there we go. I was 9 or something when I found my dad's Old Gods album. I became a huge fan instantly. Big save, Jesse. Love these guys. Rebirth, Greatest Hits. I'm pretty sure, I'm not mistaken, I actually think they might be releasing a Greatest Hits album in real life, actually, pretty soon. to celebrate kind of Alan Wake 2's release and everything. It's gonna have a bunch of tracks from Alan Wake, this game, and Alan Wake 2, which I think is really cool. I love that they like keep bringing back the old gods in like everything that they make. It's so cool. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna come back in Alan Wake 2, of course, as well, which is gonna be really exciting. I'll open this door up at the end. Because first we have to explore the lab. And then after this, I'm probably going to call it an episode, I think. Yes, there we go. Very nice. Might as well clean up my weapon mods and things. Projectile speed, that is better. That's good. Oh my god, there's so many. Why are there so many? Oh boy. Okay, there we go, finally. Cool, okay, that should be everything in here, I'm pretty sure. Unless I missed something up there. Might as well check. I love that I can just like levitate up here. It's so cool. Yep, of course, there's something up here. Okay, now we have mobile lab. We'll get some of our answers as to what's really going on. First, gold box. Nice. Okay. I love how yellow this building is. Oh, it's a little luminous. All the documents. It's just this. Oh boy, this is gonna be a big one.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector.
So
he dedicated a whole area to it, so
oh
he
man, come
knew
on,
it was important.
That looks fucking unbelievable.
Dimensional
it's so
research. Cool. That's where we go next.
Hi, Dylan. This is a slide projector. Phone free. Nice. Recent the enemy is done. Finished Tango. My boy Artie's coming back. And a dark place. Now that we'll get to much later on. And I'll explain that eventually. Okay. So now we have some stuff to do. Blast radius. 99%. That's good. Okay, I need to upgrade my weapons. Okay, personal mod. Energy 9%. Yeah. Okay, mission. Okay, so we have the Dark Place, which is, I'm going to just say it right now, it's the Alan Wake DLC. If it wasn't obvious already by the title. So yeah, we'll get to that after the first DLC, which is the Foundation. So yeah, it'll be a while before we get to the Alan Wake DLC, but once we do that, it'll be really fun. It'll be really exciting. And then once we do that, it'll be time for Alan Wake 2. So yeah, I'm very excited to kind of get through this. So we have a bunch of side quests and a bunch of, well, like 2 or 3 more story missions, and then the DLCs, and then we should be good. So we have to finish Tango. So we have to go to the research sector to find dimensional research and the slide projector. Research Ashtray Maze, which is going to be a hell of a mission. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Collectibles as well. We have multimedia and a hotline.
Dylan's a lost cause.
Oh, darling. Also, poor Dylan.
I know I struggled to see this, but we contained him now. I wish I had sided with Marshall. Back when it was just one person. So many dead. I thought his youth was an asset. Just too much too soon.
I love how flawed Dr. Darling is as well. He's a very complex character, which is interesting. I like that he's... You do kind of root against him a little bit as well. In the way that he treated Dylan. And became obsessed with Dylan. It's a very morally complex character.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Nice. Also, shout out, massive shout out, obviously, to Matthew Peretta and his performance as Dr. Darling, because God, he's such a good actor. He's so good. Like the way he captured his Darling's regrets and his flaws and all that kind of stuff is just God tier. Like he's such a good actor. So yeah. So I think we'll have a hotline and then we'll kind of wrap things up for this episode. Oh boy, so bright. Descent. You have heard wrong. Fake news. The board is A-OK, intact. Sure, buddy. Rebel faction Descent is former. Fine. The crisis purge is over. This is not a matter of worry for you. You can hang out now, please. I like that they keep bringing up the former member of the board, which we'll have to encounter again eventually. Cool. Plenty of side quests and side content to do. Yeah, that's the section done. God, it's so cool. Massive Wally vibes as well with these big trash cubes. Okay, let's just wrap things up here. Open up this door, and then we should reach the same point. Pretty soon, I think. Here we are back again in the turntable area. Yes, respect this. So the Sterling AWE over here, which I don't know when this opens up actually, but oh well. I don't even know if there is a way to open it up. Let's head back through here, reach the save point, and then we'll call that an episode. But I still can't afford multi-launch, unfortunately. Yeah, I need 8 points for that. But maybe I can upgrade my weapons? Fuck yeah, okay, I can upgrade grip. Which is very nice, because that's one of my go-to forms. Okay, upgrade charge, not yet. Need one more threshold remnant. Ugh, these resources are so hard to get. Assets. Where is it? Threshold remnant, maintenance. Okay, we'll be back there soon, I think. Cool. Okay. Actually, now that I have one more upgrade on grip, I can slot in something else. I'm a cosmo levitating. So, okay. Okay. So I'm going to call that an episode. So my plan for the next, basically the rest of the series is I'm going to do one episode. I'm basically going to do 2 episodes for the story. So one episode is going to be this kind of finish Tango mission, which should be fairly short, I think. We finish Tango, finishing that up, and then basically just the rest of that episode is going to be side content. So I'm going to do all the side missions, and I'm going to fully explore research and containment, I think. we're gonna leave maintenance for later, I think, or maybe I'll do all of them in that one episode. So it'll be like a big kind of like maybe 2 hour episode, and then I'll save the last 2 story missions, I believe, for one massive episode at the end. Um, so that way we can kind of like get through this game faster, and that way I can kind of come straight into Alan Wake 2 once I'm done, because like I'm itching to play the game. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna do like one episode for finish Tango and the side content and everything, and like wrap all of that up, and then one episode for the story finale, like the one big kind of like finale episode, where we kind of do all that sort of stuff, and then one episode for, or maybe yeah, probably like one episode for the first DLC, and then one episode for the second DLC. Um, so yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do things, because I feel like that's the most organic way to kind of wrap up this game, um, and to kind of like keep things moving full steam ahead into Alan Wake 2. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode first. I hope you guys are looking forward to the conclusion to Control in the next couple episodes. So yeah, as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this episode. It was a pretty big one. We covered a lot of ground in terms of exploring Ordinary's, AWE, and all that sort of stuff. And like learning about like the slime projector and like the dung monkeys and all that sort of stuff, and the Not Mother. Um, and yeah, finding out about the Prime Candidate program. And also like finding out those like little ties to Alan Wake. So yeah, like let me know what you thought down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next episode for I think it's part 12 maybe, or whatever it is, part 13 maybe of Control.